Hi, I'm from Reflection Support Services here, and welcome to this intuitive chat where I'm chatting with my friend. And my friend has been a very positive and uplifting person, and has actually been genuinely there for me in emotional times, and also been there to bring me out of social isolation. And sometimes that isolation has just been because no one has been genuinely there for me. So he is a very genuine person. He speaks genuinely from the heart. As we're both Kiwi/Aussies, we also will speak generally with our natural language content warning, I guess you could say. But I want to keep it in there because it's part of who we are, and it's just part of how we express ourselves. So without further ado, if you like what my friend has to say and you are inspired by him, we can definitely retouch in future chats with other conversations. So enjoy the view. And let's go with the flow into the chat. Welcome to this intuitive chat, and I guess introducing a person that I've mentioned a few times on this channel. As we have come towards the end of the year, there's been many changes, and a lot of those changes were moving from a place of isolation to a place of acceptance in a way. Yeah. And I'd like to introduce Shaden.
Yeah, sure, everybody. Hey, nice to meet you.
And Shaden, I guess this is it's not really an interview, it's more of a chat, isn't it?
Yeah, bro. It's pretty much just us. It's pretty much just us yarning, bro.
Yeah,
just like normal cars.
Like normal. And we just have a camera watching us, and possibly people watching the YouTube channel, so that we don't need to panic about that at all.
No, of course not. No.
Okay.
Stop it. Hey. No.
So I guess the obvious question is, how did we meet?
Okay. So bit of a backstory. So you and I, we met at, we're both disability support workers, and both of our clients are involved in the same NDI SRAM program, Compassion Connect.
Yep.
And one day there, I've rocked up to work and I saw you there, and bro, I remember we just started yarning just about us, just joking about the job and whatnot, and then just from there, just kind of blossomed, after it started being repetitive, seeing each other every Friday, and then, you develop a little inside joke, you walk past each other, shadow box a bit. And especially, bro, we really connected over, because first of all, we both trained you trained a martial art.
Yeah.
I trained a discipline as well.
Yep. Do you want to talk about it?
Oh yeah, we can talk about it. Yeah, of course. Well, for the last year, I've been training MMA at Aries MMA, predominantly Muay Thai, predominantly striking. Don't really have much of a ground game, bro. Yeah, and that's really really that. Hold up, sorry, it's a bad time to get a call. Oh, hey, my goodness.
We go with the flow.
Yeah, we go with the flow, 100%. What do you do?
Yeah, and that's the thing. Because I took, as you say, take a client to Compassion Connect, and when I first saw you, it's the first thing I noticed is, of course, the energy that you bring to the room. It's everyone knows you're there because everyone's engaged with how you're engaging with them, and I think it's a real positive sort of thing because you bring a lot of you make people. I was thinking about the other day. It's kind of you make people feel seen.
Okay.
And by not giving, saying this in a positive, by not allowing them to hide away. Yeah. And I think that's a positive thing because people, when there's a social environment, they don't like to speak up for themselves, and they all stick to their. I guess
they stick to their guns. They stick to what they know. They're comfortable. Their comfortability circle.
Stick to the comfort zone. Which, a lot of what we're there for is to promote that social engagement for others. So it's kind of you were there leading by example by getting everyone involved, and it's you're there.
Well, bro, me. I don't shut up. Bro, I'll talk to everyone and anyone, and I don't shut up. Hey, that's the right. Yeah,
and it's and that's the thing. It's you don't get that chance to hide away because you're there bringing that sunshine to that little darkness.
I'm dragging everyone, bro. I'm dragging everyone out of their comfortability. Yeah, bro. Just, bro, yeah.
So taking everyone out.
Yeah. 100, bro. Yeah, bro. So, that's what I mean.
And that's the thing. It's like, and when I once again, it's like normally I like overhear conversations, and there's some people that I want to engage with, and some people just not fully sort of thing. And it was kind of like a testing of waters. But like, you're speaking about the martial arts. Like I've done the Shaolin Kung Fu in the background,
exactly.
And like there's things that I'm resonating with, but I think. Like, there's always, like, also the Kiwi, like,
of course, the church, right,
And you're also talking about, like, of course, I'm from New Zealand, you've got the heritage from deep, and you've got the spirit deep within you from New Zealand sort of thing.
100%.
So, and, like, of course,
the markings,
the markings.
Got my moko going,
so,
100%.
I mean, if anything, you've probably got deeper heritage knowledge than I do.
Yeah.
Because, like, I've come to it. Like Australia when I was young, sort of thing. So, and yes, I do have a tribe of my own. But, like my knowledge of it is very limited. Where if you're steeped in that sort of thing,
but bro, do you not like markings or not? Like, bro, hey, do you not? If I could put a long sleeve shirt on and we're still the same cunts. Hey, bro, I'm no better than you. You're no better than me, lad. Bro, 100, bro. Yeah, we're the same cunts, right? Hey.
But I think like we had our first outing, and you have a deep love of the beach. Would I be?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, of course, bro. The beach is bro. Whenever we hang out, where are we, bro? We're at the beach. Yeah.
Where were we yesterday?
Yeah, exactly. We're at the beach, bro. Hey, bro, it doesn't get any better. Yeah,
that was a good feed down at television.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, of course, lad. Well, see, do you not like? The thing that interested me was like, obviously I got to hear a bit more about your story and about your history of Dion. And I remember one day I was just hearing your story, and I was like, bro, hey, so what does your support circle look like now? And you were a bit stumped by it. And you were like, bro, what do you mean? I said, okay, well, bro, do you know what? I said, me and my relationships I've got in my life, I said, okay, something goes tits up or goes and turns to shambles. I'm like, okay, I've got my mother, I've got my father, I've got a great relationship with some of my mates, my mate Liam that I do MMA with. Do you know, those are my people. I said, bro, who have you got? You said, bro, you were like, bro, hey, do you know, I've kind of got no one. And I said, well, that's not happening. I said, go out and give us your socials. I said, we'll keep in contact. And that weekend, my boys and I, we organised to go to the beach. And, bro, I remember messaging you. I was like, hey, bros, I know it's a bit of a stretch, but tomorrow me and my mate, I said, I've got some mates coming down to the beach, and they're ripper blokes. I think you'd really get along with them. Bro, I'd really like to invite you down. And, bros, and then next thing you know, Daddy Dion's down there with us, and we're running amok down at the beach. You know, I'm introducing you to all the boys, and you even got to meet my sister that day.
Yep.
And bro, do you know how good?
It was like, it was a bit of a weird situation for me, because as you said, like the support circle for me, like after like cutting contact with the family, so like it is like an orphanage type of situation. It's like people that said that they'll be there were more telling me not to talk or say anything, sort of thing, just to move on, basically, which, you can, but you're just carrying that suppression with you wherever you go, sort of thing, and you're just going to carry that pain into other things, and I don't think that's a really wise way of going about things.
It's not a very healthy way of living your life, is it, brother? Hey?
No, that's the thing. It's like, it's just carrying toxicity that you've sustained into something else and giving it to another person, which, like, I think the more the braver thing to do, or at least in my sense, is like to start to address it. Yes, it's uncomfortable, but is it more worth making other people's life uncomfortable because you can't manage it? So for me, it's like, when I got the invite, man, this is the thing that you're very good at doing, I've noticed, is that you offer with no, like, what would be the word?
Pressure.
No pressure, and also, like, no pretense around it. There's no, like, hidden meanings or anything. It's like, if I choose to, it's there. If I don't, then there's no like, you're not thinking of me as a crap person, sort of thing. And I think on that day, like, I thought to myself, well, I have no idea. Like,
you said, I'm going blind.
I think it was like the second or third week that we've known each other.
Yeah, so I know, bro. It was, lad, bro. We jumped into deep water, cuz. And
I say know each other, but like, we were just getting to know each other. And even your friends, sort of thing. So I'm going in blind to, like, all these strangers, sort of thing. But, like,
pretty much, bro. Yeah.
So basically jumping myself into the deep end. But I think like I had a certain level of confidence within myself. I also had a certain level of self-respect, like, sort of thing, where if I'm showing up, I'm not going to try and be something that I'm not to suit the environment. And the environment that the environment that I turned up, everyone's doing calisthenics sort of thing. I instantly felt like out of shape.
Bro.
Like Liam and
all the boys doing their do, and I was like, you know, this is a bit much. I was like, bro, even me, because I had just hurt my shoulder, I believe.
That's right. Yeah, just hurt.
And so I was like, you know, Dion, you and I said, let's go for a yarn, bro. We'll go for a walk over to Telebudra, which is like a nice 4K walk.
Yeah, it's a good walk. Yeah,
it's a good little walk. You know, just there and back. It's about 4K. So, and you get to have a bit of a look out over the beautiful beach. Yeah, and it was
a beautiful day that day.
Bro, it was a beautiful day. It was a blessed day.
We even went in. It's like jumped in the water and all that.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, that's what I mean, bro. And it just gave us a bit of a chance to chat and get to know each other a bit more, like hang out, because that was our first outing. Yeah, it's crazy to think that was our first outing outside of Compassion Connect.
I know, and I think even that was very important for me because I felt like I was a part of something where like not just yourself but everyone around you was kind of like you, where it was like that acceptance. Everyone was like, there's no bitterness, there's no like jadedness, there's no like people have their foibles of course, but like there was no like, you know, like sizing me up sort of thing. Everyone was just like, hey, like,
that's exactly right.
Wanting to know me rather than sort of like trying to
who's this bugger,
or where you join up with some friend circles and you really know that you're on the outside and you have to work your way in basically to get that acceptance. It was like, it was open arms basically. Which is something that every greeting is a hug sort of thing. So
well, bro, like the one thing we've always said is, cuz come as you are, bro. I mean, like, cause bro, how unperfect am I? Bro, I'm so imperfect, and bro, I'd hate to tell you, like, you're the exact same, bro. Do you know I'm no better than you? You're no better than me.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like,
bro,
and I think that's where, like, I think there was that genuineness that we. I would guess that we both connected to. Where there was no real, like, we weren't trying to be something that we weren't.
There's no facade, there's no ego, lad. There's
it's basically we're trying to just, like, we know that we've come from backgrounds that aren't the best. And we're just trying to do the best with what we've got.
100%, bro. Yeah.
And I think also, like, that day was one for you putting out the offer. Just continually being who you are, but also the acceptance of the offer, which I think, especially like for people with CPTSD sort of thing, there's that conditioned. It's not like a made up thing where it's like, well, everyone's out to hurt me. It's just we've grown up in an environment where that's kind of been the norm.
Where you're like, okay, what's the catch here? Okay, do you know, old mate's invited me out to the beach.
Is he being kind for a reason?
There's a few blokes there. Do you know what's the situation? I don't know, because like you said, bro, hey. I remember saying that to you clear as day. I was like, bro, if I'm being honest, you don't know me, lad. But if I was in your boots, I'd want someone to invite me along to the beach. And I was like, bro, and you know, I just want, bro, because that's one thing I think I'm pretty good on empathy. Like, lad, do you know,
100%.
Yeah, and bro, do you know, I just saw you and I was like, do you know, hey, bros, do you know what? We could do something here. We could work. I said we could work on this, because every time I saw you, I was like, mate, what's the plans for the weekends? And that's where my question, what's your support circle look like?
And this is probably like, there's two things that I really want to bring up where it's like, one is that with people, like, especially on Facebook and all that, because I did a big cleanse of my Facebook friends, and every time I was like, something bad was happening, I was just getting likes and all that sort of thing. It's like, what exactly are you liking?
You like the crap situation. No, I mean, she is like, thanks.
So it's like, and I think there's people who like to say that they're there for you, but when there's an uncomfortable situation, they either don't have the emotional capacity, the empathy, or just the want to actually be there for you.
Yeah, they just don't care.
And then there's yourself that is actually just engaging, like sort of like just checking up. Well, I wouldn't say. Would you say checking up, or just sort of like just saying good day?
I call it just keeping contact.
Keeping contact.
You know, because Like, so
relating.
Brother, yeah. Well, see, like, the way I see it is, if you're genuinely my mate, I want to know what's going on with you. Like, I think there's a care factor. That's another way to put it, bro.
Yeah.
Like, because realistically, I'm not just hitting you up for nothing. I'm messaging you. I'm like, hey, bros, if you're not having a good day, let's talk about it. If you're having a good day, that's banger. Good on you, lad. Hey, bro.
And the other thing that there was that time, and I think it was after we had gone to the beach the first time, where like I think you were messaging, but I was sending a bit off.
Yeah, and then I've given you a call.
And, and you were bang on the mark. I was not doing well, sort of thing. So I was a bit emotional. And that, but one, you held a space. And you also were like an uplifting person, and also shared of your experiences of what you've gone through, sort of thing, and like helped me through something where I even felt more connected in a way. It's like it's just not in name only, sort of.
That's exactly. Well, see, that's the thing. Like, bruz, if we had ourselves a perfect friendship, there's no surface. It's all surface level, bruz. But see, that's the thing. If you're ringing me up. Because there's been moments where you've rung me up and you're a bit emotional, or there's been a moment where, like, for example, last week, I was a bit emotional. Like, I was like, hey, bros, we're going on a walk. I said, but do you reckon we could also have a bit of time to maybe just chat about some things that are going on with me? And, bros, like, I find that, that can either do two things. You can either look at me and say, okay, hey, I'm done with this dude's crap, or you can say, hey, do you know, because if I genuinely care about this bloke, do you know, hey, bros, like, and that's what I was saying to you. I was like, bros, hey, on the phone, obviously, like I said, a bit emotional, lad. It was a bit rough time for you. And I said, bros, I don't think any less of you. I said, bros, if anything, to stand out and to show this raw emotion, bros, it takes a real man. Hey.
And that's a very good point, because, like, I think, especially as men, sort of thing, there's that thing of, like, you know, hide your emotions.
Yeah, the stigma around, you have to be tough as nails.
Yeah, tough as nails and all that. And if anything, that's the actual weakness, because it takes more strength to be, like, connected to your emotions, feel your emotions, and not have those emotions be taken out on other people, where you can actually manage that sort of thing, to be able to, you know, handle your shit, basically, without putting that shit onto other people. And I think also having people around you where, yes, you can cry in silence, sort of thing, or having people that hold a space for those tears, and also, like, be accepting of it, sort of thing, just like, oh, this is a bit awkward, sort of thing. It's like, you know, just get over it, mate. Or,
Oh, like, mate, do you not, hey, do you not talk to your therapist? Hey, do you know, I'm not the person you cry up to, you know, go watch The Notebook and eat some chocolate, lad. You know, none of that, cuz,
Stop being so sensitive to all the insensitive,
you know,
things
man
that happen
up.
to you.
That's exactly right, bros. Hey, well, see, do you know, everyone, the way I see it, everyone's journey is different, and I believe everyone has the right to have bad moments, bro. If, like I said, bro, do you know, because I remember I said this to you, if there wouldn't be any light without darkness, bro, you need those bad days, because when you have a bad day and we're talking, and I'm like, bros, hey, do you know, bros, we'll try and make tomorrow better. Like, what are we grateful for that make the good days good? You know, and I think that's a very big thing. And I think the idea, because you're very emotionally intelligent, right? What I believe. And not only that, I think you're also very... you don't stay in that space for very long, because really all it takes is just a short moment where you might not be doing too good, but then you're so quick to be able to reflect on all the positives in your life. You're like, hey, do you know, I'm allowed to sit in this moment, and it's okay, and I'm allowed to be in this space. But then later on, you're like, wait, hold up, I can't continue to be like this, because this isn't what life's about. Yeah,
it's being like, I think, even growing up, I've always called it like my internal counselor.
Yeah.
Where it's like, even when, like, I'll hold myself to account, sort of thing. It's like, like the situations where we of course, like, don't want to take any accountability. And but I think there's never growth in that because you don't learn from it.
Yeah.
You just repeat it, and like some lessons do take a bit of
brother, hey, of course, bro, of course, yeah, hey, bro.
But
Rome wasn't built overnight, bro. Hey,
exactly. Yeah. I always thought that would be funny if it was, and it was like sort of flat pack like IKEA.
Yeah. Oh, the IKEA flat pack. Yeah, stop it. Stop it, lad. Hey.
Commodore with his like Allen key.
Yeah, nice, lad. Yeah.
But it's kind of like where there's some lessons that do take time to learn and grasp, but you never learn that lesson in the avoidance of something. And I can stay in things for a short time, but it's kind of like a leveling out system in my brain where it starts to go, well, it starts to speak this advice in my brain. It's like, well, could have we handled that better, sort of thing. And like it's like this. I say it's good, but it's also bad because sometimes I just want to be angry.
Yeah, of course. You want to stay.
I don't want to hear the voice of reason.
That's exactly right. Hey, you want to stay in that. You want to stay in that negative space for a bit. But then at the same time, brother, hey, you know yourself in that space. As good as it can be to stay in that space, brother, hey, that's not where growth happens.
No, and that's the thing. So I think like for people to know a bit more about yourself, sort of thing, is like, and I guess. Even to see how you... Because I remember there was a chat a long time ago where you were saying that you weren't really kind of like a positive like person. So you even came from your own sort of dark place and all that. And I'm not sure if you said that it was like a conscious choice. I can't quite remember that.
Yeah, it was, bro. It was. You know, it was when I was in my younger days, like when I really struggled with alcohol. Mm-hmm. And you know, bros, I purposely like... I knew well and truly the environment that I was putting myself in, and the mindset I was allowing myself. It was pretty much just like, I call it a hot tub of shit. And I was pretty much just like, okay, I'm standing up front of it. I'm going to bomb dive into it, and I'm going to stay in there. Mm-hmm. And you know, I'm just like, now that I reflect back on it, I'm thinking, what the heck was I doing? Like, because you know what, I was so sad. I was so angry. There was so much resentment towards things that resentment shouldn't be involved with, or even people that didn't deserve to have that resentment put on them.
Yeah.
But brothers, do you not see that was because like I really struggled with alcohol, and I just really struggled with my self belonging. But then, you know, I remember one New Year's Eve, I made the conscious decision to get sober, and bros, hey, look at where we are now, bros. Hey,
I know.
And it like, bro, like I said, Rome wasn't built overnight. You think I'm like, oh my god, I'm 4 years sober, and now I'm perfect. Buy my ebook. You know what I mean?
My 12-week course.
Right, yeah, my 12-week course. Yeah, on emotions and wakeboarding, lad. Yeah, lad. Yeah. No.
Join my pyramid.
Yeah. When the pyramid scheme goes crazy, lad. Hey, yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, but bro. But see, that's the thing, bro. I'm not perfect still, but bro, do you know what? Hey, I think a big part of it is, once again, like, that's something that I had to learn. Bro, gratitude. Bro, like, I've got a list on my phone of things that if I'm ever having a bad day, I'll look at, bro, and it's something stupid like I've got steaks. Like, I'm grateful for steak, bro. Hey, how good? How good's the steak?
Good steak.
Bro, music. Bro, I love music. Hey, bro, beach. Bro, my great mates that I've got around me, the beautiful parents and family I've got.
Yeah.
The fact that I've got an able body to be able to train when I can, and when I want, bro. Hey, do you know what? Like, and I think I have this now because of that dark period of my life. Because even you, bro, like, right now, same as you, like, you know what the other side of the coin looks like, lad. And you're aware, and you know, bros, you've sat in it, and now you're like, hey, do you know what? That's your hot tub of shit. You're like, hey, do you know what? Bro, sat in it for a few years. Do you know, stuff, don't want to go back. Yeah, let's jump over on the other side of the coin.
And that's the beautiful thing, because I think people can, one, get lost in positivity, where it's like, the focus on the positivity is almost like staring into a bright light. It can almost blind you in a way.
Yeah, 100%.
But you know the positivity because of the negativity sort of thing, and you also know the reflection points of what you want and what you don't want sort of thing, in the sense of like these things were terrible in the past, but now I know separate to that by what I've actually done through like there's two sides of the coin, but there is that edge,
that
in
little
between.
edge,
It's like that journey in between, that painful journey to get to the other side.
Yeah,
and also,
Whoa.
and also have a meaningful gratitude, which is not like a platitude gratitude where it's kind of like oh, you look nice today sort of thing. It's like you feel nice within because you accept yourself from within sort of thing, because you've had to transform all the stuff, all that shit, to go through that process to know where it's deep and meaningful, and the things that you bring into your life you are grateful for. It's like not a lot of people have stakes, but you're not a lot of people. You're the person that had to go through all that process to get to where you are, to be grateful for the things that you now you lacked.
Well, bro, it's not, like, back to the surface level, bro, you just explained surface level gratitude, bro. Hey. And bro, do you know anyone can seem grateful from the outside, lad. Bro, we can all seem like anything from the outside. But bro, like, it's what's on the inside that counts. Like, bro, pressure builds diamonds. Like, bro, see, that's the thing. You and I are the byproduct of what you and I have gone through, cuz. Bro, do you know, and like I said, we're still here, cuz bro, hey.
And I think that also takes in a certain awareness, like, anyone can, like, sit in shit sort of thing.
And play victim, bro, bro, too many people.
And there's also, like, I think the awareness of wanting to change and the awareness of what you're, like, of value of, like, you know, you value yourself and you want to change to enhance that sort of thing, takes a certain awareness. And that can also be surface level, I think, where, like, with the MMA sort of thing, it's like, you could go, oh, I want to be like an MMA fighter.
I want to be in the UFC,
but like, I went there once a week.
Yeah. Oh, hey, no, I just watched the boys train.
I watched a good fight and I was inspired, I was motivated sort of thing, where there's that, it lacks that internal drive sort of thing.
Bro,
When you have that awareness and want to change, then it comes that internal drive within oneself that no matter if the motivation from a video or whatever wears off, you're still wanting to go, no, crap, I'm worth the damn.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Hey, 100%, bro, 100%.
And I think that's where, like, I think that's where we click, because we also have a similar mindset in, like, you're at that real positive, so, like, even like when we're walking, like, you're saying g'day to people, so, like, you're saying, sorry, you're not saying g'day, you're saying
cheer, bro, up to,
but and for me, I'm less like, I need to get to my destination.
100%. You're like, bro, do you know, it's late, let's get back to the car.
And it's kind of like, in a way, it's kind of like a role model in, like, learning to be even more, I don't want to say accepting, but I think that's a part of it. I think less controlling with the fear.
Yep.
And the fear is what keeps you from, you know, saying g'day to people or cheer to people. And,
bro, I think, the fear, bro, the fear of the destination can definitely withhold from your journey, bro.
Exactly. It's
bro,
like,
look at us. Look at us cooking, cuz.
We feel like we should probably, like, start shirts or something.
Bro, do you know, we need to get on Dr. Phil, bro.
Dr. Phil, I've got the hairline,
bro. Stop it. Bro, all we need to do is now put you in a suit and you're there, cuz. Bro,
What do you mean?
Bro, lad, Oh, but bro, like I said, you know, bros, if you focus too much, bro, because realistically, like, you and I, let's say we're not in a good spot. You're just like, oh no, I need to get better, bro. How are we getting better, lad? What's the process? What's the process? Not only that we're gonna implement, but then we're also gonna have the discipline to stick to, so we can have that recovery, so we can get to that better place.
And that's the thing. If we want to teach ourselves new ways of being, to different to what we know, because definitely what I knew was, like, being told that I have no confidence, that, you know, all that crap that I've told you, sort of thing. And that's not really a great motivational driver to have within yourself, like, to see oneself with great confidence by telling yourself that, you know.
Because everyone says I've got no confidence.
So it's like teaching yourself that new mindset. But as you're saying, it's like, you can't, like, well, you have to do the work, basically, in the sense of, like, do the whatever it is. Similar to, like, you can't turn up to MMA and just go, like, you know, can I be, like,
Yeah. Oh, can I? Hey, that's like me going up to my coach first training session and, bros, yeah, I'm looking to take a fight.
Yeah.
And he will look at me and he'll be like, well, bros, if you've got no experience, if you want to have a good foundation before you step in the fight in the ring, lad, I want you to have at least maybe a year and a half, 2 years. And bros, after that, if you've got a great foundation, then we'll consider it.
Yeah.
But then you're like, bro, that sounds hard. I'm out, bro.
Can't I just have the belt?
Bro, yeah, can't I, bro? Yeah, bro. Can't I just pay to get the purple belt, please? Bro, yeah.
Some photos for my Instagram.
Bro, yeah, bro, yeah. We'll see, because once again, like, bro, that's something I'm big on, bro. Once again, with the surface level, bro, anyone can put up a good picture for Instagram. Anyone can put up a quick 20-second video of them sparring and say, oh, hey, do you know, oh, bro, for 20 seconds, I'll just back off on the hits. Bro, you just spam the crap out of me, and bro, you can post it. You'll look so good. But realistically, like, what are you learning from that?
And I think that also like goes into our like the support work sort of thing, because there's a thing called like demonstrated capacity, because we're helping build people's capacity to like get out in the community, or
indeed, like, have that social and recreational side of life.
Or if it's like budgeting, cooking sort of thing, we're helping them build those skills to where they can do it independently. And that demonstrated capacity is to show that they can demonstrate that they have the capacity to do these things independent of us, where they might no longer need us in some areas of their life, or having us to prompt, because they've shown beyond the surface level of like, I'm all good sort of thing. It's like, I'm good with my money, I can budget, and then they're in debt sort of thing.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
It's like, I think that's where it goes beyond, where definitely with any type of therapy sort of thing, you kind of want results. You don't want dependency.
Yeah.
And the dependency upon the therapy, or the dependency on a person that, I don't want to say keeps you unwell, but is not having well benefits to it.
Bro, Well, see, do you not like the worst thing you could get from therapy is that you now have to keep going to therapy.
Yeah.
Bro, it's the same as a fundamental karate class. Bro, for example, bro, like if you said to me, oh, hey, I've been training for 4 years, but I'm still in the fundamental class because I need it. Bro, you don't, like, realistically, like, if you've been putting in all the hard work and all the effort and you've been sticking to the book, realistically, all that will come with it. Bro, same, like, if you and your therapist are coming up with all these ways and advising all these different changes of your life to get better, bros, you shouldn't, bro, in 4 years down the track, it might, unless you're going through something else, bro, you might need to actually take a step back, look at the bigger picture, and think of a different way to advise going around something.
Yeah, and that can also come down to two things: either the modality or the person implementing the modality.
Indeed.
It's like in name only, I'm doing like the things that you tell me to do away, or to practice the boundaries and all that, which is uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And once again, growth requires a bit of uncomfortableness, like
you have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Yeah. So there's that point where it's like, what is the actual person implementing within their own lives? But it's also looking at the type of therapy where, like, I know with CPTSD sort of thing, like, talk therapy can be beneficial to be heard and understood, but there's also a lot of stored stuff that you need to release sort of thing.
Yeah.
As I say, like, I get that, all that tension.
Amen. Yeah, of course,
so
of course.
It's kind of like looking at like what you're doing and also what you're also doing with the therapy sort of thing. It's like, I could sort of say like, oh, I do EFT tapping, but only when there's a video.
That's exactly right, bro. Once again, but that falls down to surface level. Hey, bro, 100%.
Another good thing that I like about yourself is that you ask questions of myself to make me think of things that I've never thought about before.
Yeah, of course, bro. Get the pot cooking, bro. Get the pot stirring. Yeah, lad. Hey.
Definitely, like you've been asking questions about what my future looks like, what I want. Definitely relationship-wise, sort of thing. You've been asking those sort of questions, and I think theoretically I knew in my brain, but to express that into words, it took me quite some time.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, of course, bro. Yeah. Like, I remember I asked you that, and then you were like, oh, you gave me a surface level answer, but then like 2 days later you messaged me, you're like, bro, do you know, I've been thinking, I've been stewing on it, and this is I've been thinking about it, and this is actually what I would like out of my next relationship.
Yeah, and that's the thing, it's like there's things I think about, but I don't actually like
give the time of day.
Yeah, or invest a lot of thought and energy into, or it's weird. It's kind of like a courting of an idea.
Yeah,
I kind of want to.
It's this small entertainment of it.
Yeah. It's like I want to get the feel of the idea first before I start to address it. And it took me a few days to realize that the answer that I gave to the question was completely irrelevant to so I wasn't too happy with that answer. So, So
100%.
but I think once again that goes back to the reflective thing of I'll think about things. So but relationship wise, you've asked some very good questions about what do I want in my next relationship, what's the values in that, and even with yourself, it's like exploring different avenues as well.
Of course, and even just asking about the trajectory of where we see ourselves going. That I think these are all very important questions that need to be asked amongst mates. Because bro, even for example, if you haven't thought about it, bros, maybe one of your mates can actually encourage a bit of that.
Yeah, well, I think that goes back to a friendship where people are relating to one another rather than like a one-sided video or like a one-sided friendship where it's like you're just kind of shouting into the void. It's like, and it's showing that you actually care and are attentive to another person, that you're not once again just like, oh well.
Well, bro, and sometimes we can ask each other questions that are a bit confronting, lad. Like, bro, if you ask me a question, I'm like, but then a day later, I was like, that motherfucker's right. Cuz, you know what I mean? Bro, I'm just like, bro, you'll ask me something, I'm like, fucking how dare you? But then a day later, I was like...
I remember you calling me a dog once.
And then I was like, fuck that fucking dog. I was like, yeah, he's right. Yeah, bro, yeah. Bro, yeah.
And truthfully, I think that goes to the strength of your character, is that you can accept that, whereas I've said that into the past where people... I'm very open-minded until you touch upon that thing.
I'm very open-minded. Don't talk about it.
And it's like, you've taken that on board and not just gone into rejection mode or verbal tirade or whatever. You're going, oh, actually, I kind of see the point that I wasn't coming from a malicious angle. I was like,
I'm like,
I just have a good habit of touching upon the hard.
I call them the questions that need answers. But because realistically, bro, for example, if I know that you're having a bad day, I'm not gonna so I'm gonna hit you up, sure, Dion, how's it going? And you're like, oh, bro, hey, today just emotionally I haven't been there, and I'm feeling, oh, bro, but bro, how good's the footy today, lad? Yeah, bro, hey. Yeah, bro, do you not like... yeah.
I don't watch it, but they kick the ball.
Bro, Bro, that's what I mean. Oh, yeah.
And that's the thing, it's like, the point of where you can... and I think that also comes back to, you've gone for the hard stuff.
Yeah.
And I think the people that have gone for the hard stuff, no matter the background, and have gone through wanting to change, actually putting change into place and actually trying to be, and also, as you said, no one's perfect sort of thing. And I think in the imperfections, that's where the perfections
That's
lie.
where the perfections, that's where you become perfectly imperfect.
And it's like, it becomes a learning process of how to make things a little bit better within oneself. And I think, those things within yourself have been from having those harder times, but also having the awareness of it and also wanting to change from that awareness, and also bringing happiness to other people as well. Because I think, because you also you address your own stuff, but you also are attentive of other people. So you're not like a people pleaser sort of thing where it's it's like I'm having a really bad day, but Dion's having a bad day, so I'll just attend to his needs before I attend to mine sort of thing.
Of course, bro. Most definitely. Oh well, brothers, do you not see realistically, if I'm not right, I can't. Well, yes and no, bros. Hey, well, see, that's the thing. Bros, I can't be here saying, "Oh, hey, you've got some stuff that needs to be sorted out. You got to sort it out." But then it's so easy for you to point your finger back at me and be like, "Hold up, cuz. Wait, bro, do you know, yesterday you were telling me this and that. And, do you know what? Maybe you should take a page out of your own book, bro. And I think it's, the easiest thing to do is point the finger and say, listen, hey, you've got stuff that needs to be worked on. Hey, do you know, how about we flip script and you look at yourself, lad, hey?
Well, it's like, because I was like studying. I was going to be like a Taoist priest at one stage of the thing.
Yep.
And the actual good Taoist teacher before it changed management, like he always said that if you're pointing the finger at yourself,
You got 3 pointing back. Yeah, stop it, man. Hey, yeah,
well,
yeah.
apparently everyone knows that.
Yeah, bro. Oh,
Damn, I was trying to copyright. I was going to be on my shirt.
Bro, yeah. Stop it, bro. Wait, the merch? Stop it, yeah.
It's all part of the pyramid.
Yeah. Right, yeah, but see, that's the thing, bro. I've loved that saying, hey.
Yeah.
Because it works, bro. Like, you know, one finger, you point one finger, hey, you got 3 pointing back at you, cuz. You know what, hey.
And I think that's also like, if you look at it from a different perspective, it's like rather than like pointing blame sort of thing, it's also pointing that other people have issues. I also have issues. And how can I help both myself and this other person? And sometimes like there is putting the oxygen mask on yourself first. Like there are where you're completely burnt out, all these sorts of things. But sometimes in helping other people, you help yourself in some degree. Not where you're chasing that, but like you learn a bit about yourself because when we interact, I learn a bit about myself if I've helped you and you help me sort of thing. It's like, as I said, it's like kind of like learning from each other where it's kind of like you are very good at making people feel seen and like I have make people feel understood sort of thing. And it's like,
and we go off each other, bro.
But it's always like, it's never like a hierarchy.
Yeah, it's never like Dion said this, so I've got to one up. It's like bro, do you know, like bro, the way I see it, this is honestly like, bro, do you know, like you're boxing, I'm kickboxing, bro. Do you know, we both work on the same trajectory, but there's just some things that you're good at. And bro, that's where I let you shine, cuz. I'm like, bro, hey, for me, I'm very, like you said, hey, I'm very out there. I'm very good at getting people's attention. For example, bro, that homeless dude that homeless dude, James, last week when we went on
James,
that walk.
this was his name.
Bro, James, So, bro, you know, obviously, like I said, I'm out there, I'm outgoing. I see a homeless dude walk past, I say, "Cheer, brother, hey, up to, how's it going?"
So we had gone for a walk down by the wooden foreshore, and then we were stopped at the pub. We both don't drink, but we stopped to alcohol, that is.
We drink water and Coke and Pepsi Max, right?
Survival eating grass or like koalas. But like, and then like I think I was already sat down. I was going to sit down, but a homeless guy walked past James, and you're like, "Hey, cheer, brother."
To
everyone, like you would say to everyone.
And
then like, he stops and have a chat. He's known to the pub, so he can't sort of sit down and have a feed as well. But he had a feed anyway.
That's exactly right. I said to him, hey, bros, is there any reason, bros? Because we asked him, I said, bros, hey, are you hungry at all? Do you want to drink at all, lad? And he ended up getting a drink and sitting with us. And bros, you know, as soon as he's started speaking his talk, bro, because he has obviously, do you know, once again, he's been through his own journey and that's where we shine the light on you. And I'm like, okay, Dion, do your business, bro, do your big one.
It was weird because it's like you're doing all the talking, but he's like looking at me. I asked because I asked him because I was hungry. I was like, I said, can I eat, sort of thing? So he said, yeah, no worries. So it's like, but it's like we were sharing of it, like helping, but it was a good experience because once again he felt seen by people that overlook him, sort of thing. And in a weird way, it kind of feels like that. Like being homeless is kind of how I felt with people around me. That, you know, I'm holding out a cup, going, "Can I just have a bit of compassion?" And they're like,
"Can someone show me a bit of love?"
Please? But they're just like, we don't want to deal with this issue, sort of thing. It's too complex, sort of thing, and they just keep walking. So it just feels like, well, I'll just be self-sufficient. But like, and that's the thing. It's like you make people seen, but you also not only show kindness to people that you know, but you also show kindness and charity to just not that person, that homeless person. You also do that with other people, don't you?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, of course, bro. Hey, we'll see. Once again, bro, I think it's a big empathy thing, bro. Like, if I was homeless, bro, see, that's my favorite thing to do. Bro, go out and look after a homeless person. Bro, if I was homeless, I'd want someone to come up to me and be like, "Hey, bros, you look like you haven't eaten today. Bros, I'm going to fix that." Yeah. And bros being like, "Bros, hey, you're thirsty? Bros, do you know what, bro? Especially in Australia, bro, and especially around this time of the, bro, last week we were copping 38-degree days. And if you don't have access to cold water,
and the storms as well. Yeah.
And you know, and you just think to yourself, and you're like, "Oh, bros, hey, like people out there."
Because you literally gave the shirt off your back.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. Yeah. Like, hey. Well, bros, you know, the way I see it is, bro, once again, that's all external stuff. Like, bros, the way I see it, even with, like I said, bro, a hot food, bro, a shirt off my back going on to someone else's that actually needs it. Bro, you and I go into my room right now, I'll show you 4 t-shirts I've got. Bro, that homeless man, he might have only had that one.
And that's a meaningful experience. Even just having a meaningful conversation, where people are just not seeing them as a nuisance or as something, because it's not their choice. The situation may have led to it, but it's not like you went, you know, I'm enjoying my home right now. I'm enjoying the luxuries, hot shower, food. I might try homelessnessism.
Bro. Hey,
I'm living very minimally on the
and especially, bros, if I'm being honest, it's so dangerous to be homeless these days. Bros, you know, a lot of people, especially the safety, bro, your safety is so compromised.
Yeah, you don't have a locked door or nothing.
Bro, I was even talking to one of the blokes that, because obviously with the church and everything, and we do outreach and that. Bros, I was talking to one of the boys, and I said to him, I was like, so you guys all, there's a little spot near King George Square that we go and we hand out hot meals and whatnot, and anything to do with that, and just go there and have a yarn with them, bro. You know, like I said, you want them to be seen, you want them to be heard, bro. And I was talking to him, I was like, is there any other bros that you got around in the area that we can feed? They said, honestly, bro, not really, because if we try and sleep there, the police tell us to move on. If we sleep there, the police tell us to move on. He said, you know, 2 weeks ago, I walked into the police station, and then they said, hey, where can I actually sleep where I'm not getting in trouble? They said, either King George Square or Roma Street. They said Roma Street Park. And they said, I don't recommend Roma Street Park because you could be raped.
And I think they're closing all that area down.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, of course, bro. Because, Oh, bro, like I said, because it risks the safety of homeless people. Bro, and... Yeah, like I said, bro, for something that's so materialistic to me, and bro, so if I give my homeless dude a shirt, I have to be cold from a 15-minute walk from there to the car.
Where you've got
whereas
I think you said you had a shirt in the car.
I did have a shirt in the car, so that's what I mean, bro. When I said to him, I said, bro, I get back to my car, I've got another shirt. I said, bros, the shirt you got on right now, that's your only one. I said, just keep it as a spare. I said, bro, do you know, even worse, use it as a handkerchief. I was like, bro, do you know, hey, I said, you'll put it to more use than I will.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, as soon as you give something, it's up to the person of how they use it. But it's like the act of giving, it's like, it might not mean much to other people, but it's something that you've given and you didn't have to. And once again, it's like, you didn't have to offer your friendship, but you gave it. And I accepted, which is also the important part. I could have just gone, well, you know, could have been like, I'm an introvert. And
yeah, bro, hey, 100%, bro, 100%. You could have been like, I could.
How shall I disguise my social isolation? But But it's where, like, once again, you make those people feel seen that are unseen, that people walk by or people don't want to engage with purely because of their background and what they've gone through, which once again comes from that side of that going through your own crap as well, sort of thing, and also wanting to make a change for it.
Yeah, well, bro, 100%. Well, I mean, like, the way I see it, bro, you walk through a bit of fire, bro, and you know how much does it suck? It sucks, like, bro. Hey, do you want it? Do you wish it on anyone?
No, and that's the thing. It's like it's a double-edged sword for me, where it's like, yes, emotional intelligence and all that. I kind of, like, in a way, I kind of don't want to be emotional intelligence because of the lessons I've had to learn to gain that intelligence.
Bro, that's what I mean. So, buddy, your emotional intelligence is a byproduct of all the trauma and everything that you've been through, lad. Bro,
but like, I think also similar to how you're helping others and helping even myself, sort of thing. I think, like, even with the channel and all that's just like, just being that voice for others that have gone through those experiences and wanting to, I guess, feeling like one, either males or whatever it is, but also knowing that it is worth a damn.
Oh, bro,
it is worth a damn yourself. And like, even for me early on, just to say that I love myself, sort of thing, like a self-love, compassion sort of thing, I was in tears. I couldn't accept that sort of thing.
Yeah,
and now it's like, even to be hugged and all that kind of feels weird sort of thing, but like, now, like, you can't, once again, it's like getting yourself outside of that comfort zone in a comforting, safe environment sort of thing. And there's some people I wouldn't like want to.
Yeah, of course, bro. Yeah.
I think it's always good to exercise discretion, but.
Oh, bro, of course.
Yeah,
at the end of the day, not everyone needs to know your business, bro.
And that's the huge thing. It's like I think even with the channel sort of thing, it's like there's things that I want to share, and there's things that are just people's. It's between me and my counsel or whatever sort of thing. But
and your people, 100%, bro, yeah.
But there's also like the understanding of like there's things that I want to share. It's just not like with CPTSD. It's complex post-traumatic stress disorder. Yeah. There's a complexity in just the sustaining of the trauma. It's not a one-time event. I can't just point to one event and go, yes, after it was a bit crap, but like I can't. The complexity is in the explaining of it. One thing is linked to another. And also what people think would be traumatic in that, like they're thinking, oh, you need some big explosion. Yeah. Like just having isolation, not like always feeling like an alien sort of thing, like not being included in things, like witnessing physical abuse and like all this sort of stuff.
Oh, bro, it all adds up, bro.
Yeah, and it's like to explain that in like a 30-minute video, just to validate myself.
Yeah, that's exactly right, bro. Yeah, 100%, bro, 100%. Yeah.
And there's sometimes like, that's why sometimes I don't talk about things, but with the EFT tapping videos, I am sharing off my experiences, but at least we're healing as we go sort of thing, rather than just like telling of another scary story.
Of course. Well, see, I think it also gives you an opportunity for reflection as well, bro. Hey.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I plan on talking about more, so very much scratched the surface, but I think there's also like there's doing it from a place where you're still emotionally charged, and these things do carry emotion. Like once
they carry burden. They carry weight.
I tell you what, I got given advice. This is how crappy people can be. I got given advice that if I started crying on a video, then it will get more views.
Yeah.
So like I'm to emotionally exploit my emotions in order for people to like go, oh wow, he's crying. It's like I need to click subscribe.
Yeah.
That's never where I want to be. I never want to be from a place of pity. I want to be a place from empowerment sort of thing.
And growth as well. Like, hey.
So for me, it's like I mean, we've been talking for a while, and I think we can continue talking because we always will.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
I think if we were to like how we were saying before, like, and I also if there's other stuff that you want to say, I don't want to curtail things, but
no, of course, bro.
If there were things that you're looking towards the future that you wanted, and even things that that you recognize from your past that you want to change, or even just some form of message or just something that whatever they were just prompts, icebreakers.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
But, like I guess if you had something to say to others that I don't want to say like me, but like or I don't know what I don't want to lead your question. That's what I want to say.
Yeah. So what you're saying to me is, what advice could I give to someone else that's sort of just that maybe is looking for better?
Yeah.
Well, I think
that's what I said.
Oh, yeah.
I'll edit it.
Right,
I'll cut it out. I was
yeah. Hard. Bro, so I think the first step is acknowledging. You got to understand, like, bro, for example, if you say to me, oh, Shady, hey, I'm going to put you in a room, and I'm going to make sure that there's mousetraps everywhere, and I'm going to be like, easy, I'm going to wear a blindfold. Bro, no, how am I supposed to identify what's happening? First of all, you need to be understanding. You need to understand what you're feeling, and you need to allow yourself to sit in those emotions. And once then you have an understanding of where you are and the trajectory you want to go on. I think a big part of the journey is, before you show discipline, you've also got to nurture that. You've also got to nurture yourself. You've also got to show yourself kindness and compassion. Like, lad, because if I'm over here cracking the whip at myself, and I'm just like, okay, no, you're there's nothing right with you, everything's wrong with you. Do you know, you've got to change. But the real question is why? Where do you want to see yourself from that change? And why do you want to change? Like, bro, hey, that's the only thing. And I think the first step of that, you've got to show yourself a bit of love. It can't, I don't think it, for it to fully set and for it to work, it's got to stem from love and compassion for yourself.
Just really what I call it. And that's the thing. It's like, I think for me, like, teaching yourself, it's kind of like, how do you know change without starting to go through change? Like, what is my life going to look like at the end of my healing journey? I've come from misdiagnoses, I've come from family backgrounds, and now it's...
and now we're here, cuz.
And like, you invited me over for Christmas and everything.
Bro,
like that.
Bro, you're like, even bro, see, that's what I love about it. Bro, it's unity, cuz. Bro, even me, I was talking about it with Mum a few weeks ago. I was like, oh, Mum, hey, Dion and I are going to hang out. She was like, Dion's coming to the beach with us. She's like, oh, yeah, of course, Dion's part of the family. And bro, there's that unity. There's that love. Bro, hey.
And that's me. It's like, it's that inclusion where you've been made to feel excluded through even just being yourself. Like how you were saying about like me giving the advice that, like, helpful suggestions that like do hit that wound sort of thing. Like, that's a source of exclusion for me, because the people that do want to change will take that on board and want to implement that change. The people that don't, it's like, basically, it's like a grease fire sort of thing. I'm just adding water to a grease fire. So I think where people can actually start to be aware of something, but also be aware of what they're going to be going into, that it's not going to be comfortable to have change, but that change that they're thinking that they're wanting, is it in relation to what other people have, and is their view of themselves merely the view of the things that they tell themselves, like that pain, like the whipping of oneself sort of thing, or that punishing mindset to be something. And that's really like your trees and plants and all that. You don't go out there and start yelling at them to grow any quicker sort of thing. You got to nurture them.
Of course, bro. Well, see, you know, and I think another big thing is you can get inspiration from someone. Like, so ready for me, I mean, let's actually put a lot of people on your channel and relate it to you. People might see you and they're like, oh, hey, I want to be like him. Whereas that can't happen. They've got to be the best version of them. Whereas they can't be like, oh my goodness, hey, I followed his 12-step pyramid scheme program and I'm not like him, because they're not you. They're not the journey that they've got to recognize that their path is of their own.
And I think that's the most important, empowering thing that you can recognize within yourself. That me, with my experiences, I'm doing what I can within my capacity. Everyone else has their own experiences, and they don't have to follow the path that I'm following, because they can bring so much strength to what they are lacking within themselves, that they can empower themselves in their own journey. I've never wanted people to be dependent upon me in the sense of like following my word, as if like, because as you say, we're imperfect, we get things wrong, but it's kind of like people being themselves, I think, is probably the most gift that people can give me. It's like, it's kind of like in support work sort of thing. It's like, you could view us as kind of like, if you break your leg, you got support.
Bro, we're the crutches. We're the crutches of these people.
But at some, we help their mobility, we help them get better sort of thing. But eventually you'll be free of your supports, you'll be free of your crutches, where you can live your life now to the freedom of what you want, rather than what I'm having to constantly tell you to do, because that's very tiring for me as well.
Of course. Well, see,
and do I know where I'm going?
Of course. Well, the way I see it is, bro, let's say me, I'm following all your advice on this, or I'm reading. Let's say I'm reading your autobiography, and I'm like, oh yeah, do you know, I want this sort of change. I'm gonna do this, and then you're like, oh my goodness, hey, I've done exactly everything Dion did, and I'm not him. Why not? Because, bro, because that's their own journey, lad.
and sometimes I don't want to be me, and
Bro,
sometimes,
yeah.
and that's the thing. It's like I think it's like everyone has such varied experiences and can do a lot of good for each other.
Yeah.
But it's recognizing that the expectations that we hold in each others is it limitations of knowing ourselves. It's kind of like being disconnected from our own emotions because we're trying to guess what the emotions of another person would be so we can live in that shadow sort of thing.
Yeah,
and you don't want to live in the shadow,
Yeah.
but you want to
Yeah.
live in your own
own light. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like, yeah, that's like me. I'm not gonna be a warped variation of you. I'm gonna be myself.
Yeah,
bro.
And I think we can, with everything, we can learn from and take from each other's experiences, and I guess in a way adapt into our own way of doing things. But how we do things is going to be slightly different. It's like going to school sort of thing. We all learn like English, maths and all that, but we might deploy it in a different sort of a way where we can actually, you know, our own style to things, like how you were saying with the kung fu and the karate, the MMA
thing.
It's like it's the same methodology of self-defense and all that. It's just taught in a different way, sort of thing, in a different style. But it's for the aim of protecting ourselves and keeping us and others safe. But I think when it comes to like holding a person on a pedestal, it is bound to fall off. And I think it's also wrong to blame the person that we've put all of our expectations and hopes into, because you got to live for yourself at some stage.
That's exactly right. Well, see, I can't have a photo of you on a podium and be like, I want to be like that. Realistically, I could, but realistically, I want to have a photo. I want to have a photo of myself and be like, okay, that's me. But I don't want that to be that version of me. I want it to be the best version of me.
Yeah.
And bro, see, and that's where I think people can get it really twisted, because just like you were talking about then, everyone has different perceptions on things. Like I could say the word orange, you're thinking about the color, I could be thinking about the fruit cups.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. So even and that's
it's also based upon our past experiences of what we've grown up and of our perception of something. Are we going to be very reactive to something when someone says something? So it's going to be coloured through that lens of how we've perceived things in the past. So,
indeed.
So it's kind of like, I think getting to know oneself is not disconnecting oneself in trying to pursue someone else's experiences. Like a recovery is a recovery of yourself sort of thing, a reconnection to oneself. So it's getting to know yourself, and who knows, you might be a really awesome person. Like
100%.
us. But it's also like, when you go, like if I went into like your friend environment trying to be like
I'm going to be like Shady.
Or like hip hop or whatever. I don't know.
Or I'm going to put on a facade.
With my age sort of thing, like coming in with the skateboard and going, "Hello, fellow."
Sure, brother. It's up to
I'm young and too.
Hey.
But it's like trying to be something that I'm not really. I think once again you'll go, oh well, I was trying to be genuine, and Dion's coming and trying to be something. It's like, what's going on there?
See, that's where I believe, as I was saying before in my message, show kindness to yourself, because like I said, hey, at the root of everything, like I said, bro, I'll reference this to the day until I'm black and blue. Nobody's perfect. Bro. You show me someone who thinks they're perfect, I'll show you a liar, bro. Do you not like? Hey, Bro, that's where I think, like I said, if you're showing yourself that compassion and that, I think the journey for acceptance of yourself and the journey for you to then start your trajectory onto becoming a better person, I think it makes it a lot easier. Whereas me, so like, for example, bro, like I said, I got a DEXA scan done and I put on a few kilos of fat. I thought to myself, okay, now, hey, I can't hate myself, because if I'm like, okay, I hate myself, I'm stopping MMA because I had a lot of time off training last year because of my injuries, yada, yada, yada. I can't eat anything. I'm not going to eat anything for a week, and that'll get a bit of fat off. And then I was like, no. Hey, that's when you've got to show that kindness. You're like, oh, you know what? Towards the end of last year, a bit complacent. And that's okay. It's okay to be a bit, sometimes you're going to start the race slow. Or sometimes, you're not going to be the first one off the mark. But what can we do to build our pace back up And what can we do to actually continue this race? That's the way I see it, lad. You know, hey.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like the lessons that you're wanting to teach yourself are the lessons that are going to carry you through in life. And if you're like, well, I injured myself, I've like gained weight and all that. What a piece of crap that I am.
Yeah, and then,
that.
bro,
Then
it's just going to be a stabbing.
But it's also the lessons that you'll teach others as well, because that's all of what you know. And so it's reaffirming good. Like, there's sometimes like you got to call a spade within yourself and go, you know, I think like me sleeping in today.
Bro, but I think that comes from you. I think that comes from you not being oblivious. Like, bro, hey, you know, like I said, bro, and that I'm not encouraging good behavior. Like, I do understand that it's good, bro. Sometimes it's good to rest.
There's times, like, I think, and this is what gets into the complexities of life and where people want these hard and fast rules for every part of their life sort of thing. Where, like, there are some times where, you know, being tough on yourself to improve upon yourself is called in certain situations. There's also being tough on yourself because you're, like, burnt out and you're unwell and you're being tough on yourself to achieve more. I think that becomes more of a lack of self-awareness. Like when you're doing exercise sort of thing, it's like if you did one push-up and go, oh, this is hard sort of thing. It's like, and went, well, where's my
six-pack? Where's my chiseled chest?
There's gotta be, it's like,
right.
It is hard, but I'm actually trying to improve upon myself. And it's like knowing that mindset of like, it's going to be tough, but the outcome of what we're trying to achieve is actually going to be health beneficial rather than like, you know, I'm already like, I can't eat, I can't sleep, but I want to push myself, like, kind of like a workaholic mindset.
Most
like,
definitely.
Which is more of an avoidant mindset sort of thing.
Well, bro, do you know, you need there's a great song that's out. It's called Mel Made Me Do It by Stormzy. It says, there's a time where you should stand, a time to be still, a time to destroy, and then a time to rebuild. Bro, do you know, hey, and bro, I really resonate with that. Because, bro, do you know, there's different times where you should be making certain movements. Like you said, hey, bro, do you know, if there's a time where you want to change, let's say you want to change the way you look, bro, get to the gym, get to your, but then at the same time, if you start going a bit overboard with that, like, so if you're hitting me up, that's exactly right, bro. And then you've got to be able to acknowledge that as well. Like, if you say to me, oh, bro, hey, do you know, I've eaten nothing today in hopes to lose weight, and I've just spent 9 hours at the gym. I'm going to be like, bro, that is so, you're actually, bro, because, you know, from an outside perspective, I can see that you're not doing good for yourself, but on the inside, you're like, oh no, trust me, bro. If I keep like this, bro, I'm going to be chiseled in 2 weeks. That's not the goal. Like, realistically, it's longevity that we're after. We're not after short-term fixes here. We're after a release. We're after a release of all that tension built up. It's not supposed to be like a boomerang. It's supposed to be like a tennis ball. Once you throw it, bro, it's not supposed to come back.
And I think you've brought up two good points there, is that one, even with trauma sort of thing, you don't want to rush at releasing trauma. Otherwise you will dissociate, and it will not be a good thing to your nervous system. You'll cause more harm than good. Like, even with the EFT tapping sessions, like I normally advise waiting 2 days just to let things integrate that have been shaken up, and even awarenesses of like, oh, I've been doing this like crap for so long for these people, and that awareness could also shake up other things. So allowing things to settle and integrate. And the other thing is that, you know, it's where, do you remember that? I'm drawing a blank.
No, bro, you'll get it.
But it's where, but also, oh no, I've lost it. Crap.
Was it just about the part where I was saying, you know, it's time, you need to know when to rebuild, and you need to know when to be able to make your movements?
Yeah, it's like that integration, but there was something else. It's like, it'll come to me, but it's like the point where you need that integration time, but you also need where, like, the awareness to actually, that's what it was. The awareness to actually know that what you're doing is not going to be, like, you could starve yourself for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You might even have that result of what you're after, for example.
Yeah.
Short term.
Yeah.
Healing for our growth is going to be a lifetime
Yeah.
thing. And the lessons that you learn from that short, like from going through like releasing and that slow integration, having that different awarenesses of self, means that your long term is going to be different to what your short term perceptions of yourself is going to be. So it's kind of like people that beat themselves up because they've made their New Year's resolution of going to the gym and they have only gone for a month, and realizing it takes effort, and then beating themselves up as their gift to themselves that they failed because they're not continuing. But it's also knowing that, you know, what you're going to be doing on your time span of life is going to be a long time, sort of thing.
Yeah, that's like, exactly right. Well, we're aiming for longevity, like you said, bro. Perfect example, bro. Do you know your New Year's resolution? And bro, if you're not really, and you're like 2025, it's my year. I'm gonna hit 6 days a week, bro. And if you're really in like nose diving into the recovery process, and you're not giving yourself any time to sort of step back, and if you're just like blitzing it 100 kilometers an hour ahead, do you know what? You're going to run into a wall. Yeah. And you know that's going to hurt. And then, you know, that's going to make you really scared to start running again.
And once again, it could be coming from that mindset of what you actually haven't even began to recover from. Like you'll be a failure if you don't do it. You have to have that body, otherwise people won't accept you. Sort of thing, all that sort of stuff, like external stuff to the actual internal work that you're doing.
That's exactly
and
right.
All the lessons of the past of like you'll be such a letdown if you don't commit to yourself, sort of thing. And just knowing that the very act of committing to oneself and starting the process and putting in the work is something that is the process itself.
Yeah, of course.
And it does take time. And also acknowledging that if you've sustained a lifetime of trauma, it's just not going to be overnight that's gone. And it's probably unrealistic. And it's also unfair on oneself to know that, you know, I just take a tablet and, you know, I go back to the same environment that was causing me the same harm. There's no learning experience whatsoever.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like I said, I think that's another big thing. Aim for longevity. Yeah. Like, but instead of like a great reference to what we were talking about before, when you brought up the New Year's resolution, instead of hitting it, going balls deep, 6 days a week. Bros, you know, if you're not really big at the gym, you might start 1 day a week. And then you're like, hey, because do you know what? Eventually the process for healing or the process for progression gets easier.
And giving that self-compassion in that process rather than going, it was like other people were able to do all these things. It's going, well, I was there. Yeah. I gave a damn about myself and I tried, and so it sucks, but it'll probably suck less a little bit later.
We'll see 1 day or day one, bro, you know, and you know, but that day it can't be everything. You need like I said, you don't just go from 0 to 100. No. It's got to be a gradual build up.
Exactly. Is there any closing thoughts that you would like to have? Or is there anything that you'd like to ask? Or just spitball on ideas?
Spitball on ideas.
Then I'll explain that for myself.
Ooh. Brother, hey, ideas. Ideas on what, bro? Hey.
On life.
On life.
Why are we here? Where are my car keys?
Yeah, well, hey, you know what I'm saying? You know, like, bro, do you know, I think we've done a pretty good job of tackling today's session. The one thing I hope, first of all, I hope that whoever this video gets to, I hope it gets to the right people. I hope some people are able to resonate with it. I'm glad, bro. Do you know, if anything, I'm glad that hopefully your viewers have been able to see another side to you, of course. Yeah. Because, bro, from what I've seen of your videos, a lot of them are rather serious in that. I'd like to think that this was a bit more chill, a bit more laid back.
And that's the thing. It's like they don't realize how silly.
They don't understand that we're broke. They don't understand that we can be wankers. Yeah, like, bro. Yeah.
And even like in the one-on-one tapping sessions, people are like we can swear in the sessions and all that sort of thing as well. Well, it's not going to be pleasant what we're releasing, sort of thing. And it's like, it's free to express, and like even like behind the scenes, it's like. But no, you're right. Yeah.
Bro, and as I was saying before, like, bro, and another thing, do you know, it's okay to not be okay. Bro, do you know, bro, there's going to be days where you wake up, you don't want to do shit. There's going to be days where you wake up and you're sad. And do you know, and do you know, bro, hey, it's okay for you, everything. Hey, bro, and there's, like I said, and do you know, on those days, in those days, that's when everything will seem like everything's falling down. But once again, that's where I think the full circle comes around, and you've got to be kind to yourself. Right.
Thank you very much, ladies.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like,
Right, come in, Bubba. Hey, for real.
Yeah.
Hey, my boy. Hey.
Thank you for being part of the channel, mate.
Bro, of course, mate. Of course, Bubba. Hey.
Yeah.
Bro, we're here.
And
Bud.
thank you for everything, and thank you for like watching. If you've watched, 1 hour and 30 minutes. We're dropping the ball here a bit.
Wow, yeah.
The battery's about to die, so I'll definitely wrap it up quite quickly now because my battery's about to die. But thank you, Shaden, for being part of this. And as Shaden said, I really hope that other people resonate. And also having the awareness that, you know, there's going to be times where going through your recovery process where you will feel isolated in that. And there's going to be a time where we sometimes have to be brave within ourselves to step outside of what we've known, that fear, and find people and try and get back to the life that we deserve.
Yeah.
And that was unfortunately like interrupted by some not great behaviour.
Of course.
So and I've struck the gold mine here with Shady. And,
Stop it!
Yeah.
Hey, stop!
But and thank you also to his family, his mum, dad, sisters, and dogs that I'm covered in dog hair from because I also give me huge cuddles. But yeah, and to all his friends of being accepting of that. And I think 2025 is going to be our year.
Yeah, of course, bro. Yeah, 100%, cuz, bro. Hey, bro, of course, bro. Hey.
No, cheers, thanks.
Oh, of course, bro. Hey, bro, it's all love. But yeah, like I said, bro, yeah,
Yeah,
it's great.
thanks.
Yeah, sure. Much love.